Hey guys, tonight Marine here with another video today talking about the prisoner of war Sergeant Bergdahl. He was just released here a day or two ago, but to do so they had to exchange 5 terrorists that apparently they had for whatever reasons, but they're terrorists. They had connections with Osama. They were high threats to our country, is my understanding. And this whole situation is interesting because there's a lot of word going around from a lot of his former platoon mates, platoon members, whatever you want to call them, saying that this guy is a douchebag and that there's some that hope that he gets charged with UCMJ and goes to prison. The story, and this was even the story back in, when was he taken? 5 years ago, so what, 2009? Was that he was on post, on fire watch basically, and literally just walked away. He left his gear, left his rifle, and he grabbed like a compass, some water, and a knife, I think is all he had on him. And he walked away, and apparently he went into towns, nearby towns, searching for the Taliban, asking people, because once everybody in his unit realized that he was gone, they sent a search out for him. And in doing so, they ended up going into the towns and talking to the people there, and the people, kids included, said that he was here at such time, and he was asking us where can he find the Taliban. Which, to me, if that's true, if this guy was literally looking for the Taliban, then he's a traitor. He's a deserter, and he has no right to be back here. And the fact that we negotiated with terrorists to make this happen is disgusting to me. You don't negotiate with terrorists. They just got 5 of their friends back for one of our guys, and just this whole situation is fucked. More information is going to come out in the coming days and weeks, I'm sure, but I'm not completely trusting of the information that we may get. I tend to believe more the guys that were there with him that had to deal with it, because in the search for him that they did, following his leaving his post, there's at least 5 people that were killed, 5 Americans, 5 soldiers that died looking for this guy. They ended up getting engaged by the Taliban and died while out searching for this dude. And that's utterly disgusting. And then, to make it even more interesting, the father of this dude has been sending out some weird shit through Twitter. One of them he deleted very, very quickly, basically saying that he's going to work to get all the prisoners in Guantanamo Bay, out, because they all deserve to be out for like every kid that has been killed in Afghanistan or some shit. I don't know what the fuck the dude's on. He just the different stuff. You have to follow him on Twitter. I don't remember his name, so you just have to Google him, or Google Sergeant Bergdahl and then his dad and then tweets. I imagine he'll pull it up. At least go to his page, and there's a lot of different stories going around in general. Some people are saying that the sergeant has converted to Islam. That there's a lot of people that are concerned that he's working with the Taliban. This is some sort of weird plot, almost like what's the show? Homeland. Very, very similar in that regard, at least so far. Obviously, hopefully nothing like that happens, but that's definitely this is the vibe people are getting from all of this. I'm trying to stay neutral on it as much as possible. I mean, I'm upset that people died looking for this guy and that these accusations are against him, because if they're true, and 5, if not, it might have been 6, but either way, if 5 to 6 good people died looking for this guy, and he's a traitor, then he needs to be fucking put down. There's no doubt about it. Hopefully in the coming days we see more, which is why I'm trying to stay neutral. I mean, it's tough not to, but you have to at the same time, because you don't want to necessarily jump to conclusions. It's just crazy how much stuff has popped up, how many of his former platoon members have basically come out saying that he's a douche, nobody liked him, he's a weirdo, whatever, the different stories. It kind of makes you wonder, and I'm all for getting prisoners of war out of where they are. I just don't like the fact that, 1, that he's possibly a traitor, 2, that so many people died for him, and 3, that we had to negotiate for them. It would have been much more preferable to send, a SEAL team in, whatever the case, and to get him. I mean, obviously they didn't know about him before this. At least that's my understanding. But still, something needs to happen, and the truth does need to come out when it comes to this. If you guys have heard anything interesting, if you have some good stories, something like that, by all means, comment on this. Try to keep it, civil. Not really sure where you guys stand on this whole situation, so no fighting, nothing crazy like that. If it does get to crazy fighting, I'll just shut the thread or shut the comments off. So, yeah. All right, guys. I'm trying not to get angry at this. The more info that comes out, and if it does appear that he's as bad as people are saying he is, then I will do another video, and I'm sure I'll be pretty angry when I do that one. But for now, I'm going to keep calm and let time go until the story really is fully released. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns on this, please mention them, bring it up, and I'll see you guys later. Semper Fi.